Hi. It's a nice sunny day today. I thought I'd hang out in the garden. It's all very, very pleasant. I've got man at arms here, so what more do you want? So the other night I was coming home from a friend's house and there were these kids on the bus. There was about five of them, I think, and none of them were wearing masks, which are still mandatory on British public transport. I confronted them about this, which in retrospect was probably a bit of an embarrassing thing to do, but like them, I'd had a bit to drink and these things. Being kids, they were, of course, smirking and supercilious about my condemnation, although I dare say I detected a kind of excitement about their demeanour. It was as if their act of petty rebellion was finally paying off in the form of drama. In all fairness, I was just the same at their age, of course. I was often a real dick. But ongoingly, I'm trying to work out why it is that some people are just funny about face masks. I mean, there is an argument to be had about the effectiveness of masks currently and on public transport, especially in the absence of any proper distancing or other measures. But for me, the face mask has never really been about utility so much as performing a gesture of consideration. They might argue that it's more of a gesture of conformity, not really understanding, of course, that they've been performing gestures of conformity their entire life, wearing clothes, copying speech patterns, copying each other's tastes. They're not really rebels, and the failure to wear face masks in an area where it's required is by no means an authentic act of rebellion. It's not really done to make any statement other than to demonstrate what it is that they can get away with. And that's one of the things I find particularly annoying about kids. I don't mean children or young people or teenagers, I mean kids. This is what they're like. They're always trying to get away with stuff. And one of the reasons it can be so embarrassing for adults to behold is that it demonstrates such shallowness, as these acts have all the trappings, maybe, of political defiance, but none of the substance of it. Not wearing masks, skipping bus fares, being too loud, taking up too much space. They demonstrate just a lack of awareness and of integrity. I suppose the thing that all those behaviours have in common is that they're relatively easy to perform. The temptation to stray outside of acceptability is strong, but not strong enough to risk any real consequence. So the options that remain to them are just bad habits, trivial and unscrutinised. I'd be prepared to hear a good argument for not wearing face masks on public transport, but I don't think that one is likely to be forthcoming. Because I don't think that young people, or indeed anyone who acts this way, has really given much thought to it. It's just a handy way to project the illusion of individuality. But there doesn't seem to be any thought to the cost for people around them. I mean, wearing masks may have questionable utility, but it demonstrates that at least you have a minimum care for other people's comfort and well-being, and it costs you next to nothing. You're not being oppressed by it or made to endure discomfort or being forced to denounce your values in any way. And it seems to me that if you can do a thing at no cost to yourself, and that thing has a benefit for all those around you, then what justification do you have for not doing that thing? You don't have any justification because you are kids and you know nothing. Maybe you have a genuinely heartfelt conspiracy hypothesis, in which case, what are you doing on buses? Don't you know that trains and buses make you turn into an octopus? Thanks.